My name is Douglas Amenya, and I came across a very interesting summary report by UNICEF, which was done this year. The title of the summary report is Understanding the Mental Health Impact of Global Challenges on Gen Z. So we'll do around 4 videos. This is the first video. And for the first video, we'll just do an introduction to what mental health is and also on the focus population, which was Gen Z. So we can begin by understanding what mental health means. So mental health. You can reduce the thickness. Yeah, so mental health, it refers to the emotional, psychological, and social well-being of an individual. Now, this affects how a person thinks, how a person feels, how a person acts, and even how we handle our stress and interact with other people around us. Also, it affects how we make decisions or choices. So, from this, we are noting three key things. So, we have emotional, well-being. Now, two, we have psychological, well-being. And three, we have social well-being. So, mental health refers to the emotional, psychological, and social well-being of an individual. It affects how a person thinks, how a person feels, how a person interacts with others, and even how a person handles stress. So, what is the target population, or what is the population of interest for this study? Now, from here, the population of interest was Gen Zs, but it will be good to understand other generations which came prior and even after Gen Z. So we can start with the latest. The latest generation is called Gen Alpha. Now, Gen Alpha, these are people who are born between 2013 all the way to 2028. What this means, the oldest Gen Alpha is 12 years old. Now, before Gen Alpha, we had Gen Z. Now, these are people who were born between 1997 all the way to 2012. So, these are people who are aged between 13 years old all the way to 28 years old. And before Gen Alpha, we had millennials. Now, these are people who were born between 1981 all the way to 1996. So, this means these are people who are aged between 29 years old to 44 years old. And before millennials, we had other generations. We had Gen X, we had baby boomers, and also we had the silent generation. These are people who are aged between 45 years old to 100 years old. So From this, then we can go to the next thing, which I would want you to do before we meet in the next video. So, okay, so these are the contents of this summary report that we'll be going through. We look at the findings and also the call to action. These are the summary statistics. They're interesting statistics, which will be interesting to look at in our next videos. Now, what I would want us to have a look at for now, yeah, there are those activities which Gen Z, when they take part in, they make them feel better or worse. So this is just a summary of them. Some of them which were mentioned: listening to music, spending time with friends, which is social life, taking a walk, going, that is playing, moving my body, that is exercise, and also we have praying. Okay, that's interesting. We have which one again? Okay, they are listed. They are quite some activities. Yeah, you can list also from your end the activities that when you do, they make you feel better or they make you feel worse. Now, and the one activity which I would want you to do before we meet in our next video is, yes, yeah, this is what I was looking for. We have 5 questions which I want us to do. Now, these 5 questions will help us measure our well-being. And each of the 5 questions has 5 points. So, whereby if you pick, you pick from a scale of 0 to 5. 5 is all the time, 4 is most of the time, 3 is more than half of the time, 2 is less than half of the time, 1 is some of the time, and also 0 is at no time. So these 5 questions, you will pick you will scale them. After doing that, then you will add all the points that you've written down. Once you add, you'll realize that the maximum number will be 25 and the least will be 0. That is if all the points you had were to the maximum, which was 555. And if it was 000, then the least is 0. After doing that, then you convert to a percentage, which will be multiplying times 4, or you do what you've gotten, divide by 25 and then times 100. Let's take a case. This is not my real. I just want to take a case now. I have felt cheerful, in good spirits. Let's say this individual says most of the time. I have felt calm and relaxed, and says okay, more than half of the time. And then I felt active and vigorous. Let's say this says no, less than half of the time. I woke up feeling fresh and rested. Let's say a person picks some of the time. And also my daily life has been filled with things that interest me. Let's say this individual picks 3. So after picking all these, then what you'll do, you'll sum them. So that is 4 plus 3. Oh, what have I done? Okay, let me pick another color. Let me pick green. Yeah, so that is 4 plus 3 plus, okay, this stylus is very sensitive, 2 plus, the other one was 1 plus, and then 3. So when we add this, 4 plus 3 plus 2, that gives us 9, 10 plus 3, 13. So we get, this individual gets a score of 13. Now we convert this to percentage. This could be either over the 25. Oh. Okay, so that is 13. Okay, so let me see, let me delete these. So that is 13 over 25. So 13 over 25 times 100. Or you can just do what you've gotten times 4. So 13 times 4, this will give you, I think, 42. So this means 42%. So then from here, then you look at where your points lie. If you have a score of 75 points and above, then your quality of life is best, is high. If you have between 51 to 75, then it's medium, and if you have below 50, either is very poor. So do this so that in our next video, we'll begin from here. Have a good day.